Coming up next on This Week in Torrance.
It's National Military Appreciation Month. We'll tell you how Torrance is saluting its heroes, young and old.
And a special event to pamper moms in honor of Mother's Day.
Then a successful sting operation led to 5 arrests. Find out what these women were charged with.
Plus, the city gets ready for the annual Armed Forces Day Parade. We'll introduce you to the man in charge of coordinating this local tradition.
These stories and much more just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. Military Appreciation Month begins in May, and in honor of our brave men and women, young and old, the city introduced the 5th phase of the Hometown Heroes Military Banner Program. 23 new banners were hung in downtown Torrance along with El Prado Park near Cravens Avenue. There you'll find several Torrance employees who once served in the military, including our very own Mayor Frank Scotto. Men and women were also displayed thanks to their families who funded the banner. The first phase was introduced in 2012 and included 10 banners hung on street poles in front of City Hall.
This week kicks off the 55th Annual Armed Forces Day Parade and celebration, and we visited with one department that's in charge of coordinating all the activities, parade, and events that take place here in Torrance. Jacqueline Sarkeesian tells us more.
Traffic Division, Lieutenant Underwood.
Lieutenant Mark Underwood and his staff have been working day and night to make sure the parade goes off without a hitch.
Long days, long days. We're usually here from about 7 to 7.
He has 7 team members in the Traffic Division that work on the parade on a daily basis.
There are in the area of 75 entries in the parade, so there's a lot of organizing with each of those entries, working out scripts for what our announcers are going to read about them, placing them in the parade.
Underwood has been with the Torrance Police Department for 15 years and had previous experience working the parade in the past.
And last year I shadowed the event director, the person who was in my position, to kind of get an idea of how the parade's run.
This is the first year for the lieutenant to actually run the parade and describes the process as being nonstop.
It's not just a one-day parade, it's really a weekend celebration.
In addition to Lieutenant Underwood's staff, he often turns to this binder, which is all the information needed to plan an event such as this one.
There's so many little parts that you wouldn't recognize. We have 2 meetings with all city departments. We have monthly meetings with all of the military branches.
Despite how busy he has been, Underwood says the job has been very rewarding.
You know, growing up in a police department, everything's so police related. It's neat to have a job where you step out and interact with a lot of military personnel.
Underwood also says they have already started planning next year's parade. Reporting for Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jacqueline Sarkeesian.
Thanks, Jacqueline. The parade takes place on Saturday, May 17th. Be sure to check out the city's website where you'll find the latest in road closures and detours on the day of the parade. Streets will be blocked off as early as 7 a.m. on the morning of, and bus detours will begin at about 11 a.m. And you can get all the details at torranceca.gov.
The recent heat wave had many heading to the beach this week. Temperatures got into the 90s, which is unusually warm for this time of year. At Torrance Beach, swimmers and surfers alike took to the waters. And as temperatures continue to heat up this summer, be sure to take extra care to protect yourself and your family. Here are some helpful tips to keep you cool. Check on family members who have limited air conditioning access and transportation. Stay hydrated throughout the day. Avoid the sun from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Reduce physical activity. Wear a wide-brimmed hat and light-colored and lightweight clothes. Take a cool shower. Use sunscreen when outdoors. And be sure to provide plenty of shade and water for not only yourself, but for your pets as well. For more information, go to torranceca.gov/news.
Well, if it's ever too warm where you live, then Torrance residents can rest assured there's actually 2 places you can go to beat the heat with 2 designated cooling centers. Residents can stop by the Bartlett Center in downtown Torrance, located at 1318 Cravens Avenue. They're open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on Sundays from 12:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. Another designated cooling center is the Katie Geisert Main Library. They're located at 3301 Torrance Boulevard, and they're open Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m., Fridays from 10 to 6 p.m., and Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. They're also open on select Sundays from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. There are 94 cooling centers designated throughout LA County.
Kicking off National Bike Month, the League of American Bicyclists released its latest ranking of bicycle-friendly states. In its 7th year of assessment, California ranked 9th annually, moving up 10 spots from last year. The bicycle-friendly state ranking is based on a number of key indicators, including infrastructure and funding that provide on-the-ground bicycle facilities, education, and programs that promote bicycling. Enforcement of bicycle-friendly laws that make it safe and comfortable for people of all ages to ride were also the criteria. Here in Torrance, city employees participated in Bike to Work Day on May 15th. City staff hosted a pit stop in front of City Hall from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., offering bikers refreshments and free goodies.
A new research study found those who slept less ate more throughout the day. Live Science released a report that found women who slept fewer than 6 hours a night took in more daytime calories than women who slept 7 hours or more. And the food consumed by the 6-hour sleepers wasn't as healthy as the stuff the 7-hour sleepers ate. Another interesting find was a separate study done that showed people who dieted and ate fewer calories faced a higher risk of sleepiness during the day than those who were not on a restricted diet. Researchers in the UK say people in the States face serious health problems due to lack of sleep. They say problems like cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and obesity are all related to sleep deprivation.
May also marks the beginning of an awareness campaign that's dear to our hearts here at CitiCABLE. May is considered ALS Awareness Month, designed to spread not only awareness but to raise funds for research to help find a cure. Back in 2012, Renard Ricks, a member of the CitiCABLE family, was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's, a neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. And in Renard's fight against the incurable disease, his family will host an upcoming fundraising event in celebration of his 61st birthday. They hope to share it with family, friends, and former colleagues. This fundraising dinner for the ALS Association will offer great food, prizes, silent auction, and much more. Last year's event raised nearly $10,000. The cost is $10 to attend. Saturday, September 20th. If you're not able to attend but would like to donate, go to walktodefeat.als.org and type in Team Ricks, or you can call our office to get more information. That number is 310-618-5762.
8 student delegates from Torrance will continue on the tradition of fostering international friendships, goodwill, and understanding between Torrance and its sister city of Kashiwa, Japan. At the recent City Council meeting, the 8 students selected to take part in this year's summer exchange program introduced themselves and each spoke about why they chose to apply and take part in this unique program.
I applied to be a delegate to Kashiwa because being Japanese, I wanted to learn about my Japanese heritage and I wanted to help others learn about American culture.
James Peck, Andrew Rodoff, Kyle Nishimura, Adam Jordan, and Leanne Kuo, all from South High, along with Ariana Berrigan, Megan Oliveros from West High, and Rachel Lobo from Mary Star High School will represent Torrance this summer. Since 1973, the Torrance Sister City Association has offered this unique program that now spans several generations. Students, along with their adult leader, will stay in the homes of host families in Kashiwa. They'll not only learn firsthand about the Japanese culture, but also serve as youth ambassadors, representing the best of their city and their country. TSCA is looking for host families in Torrance to open up their homes for the students arriving from Kashiwa this summer for their 3-week visit. To get more information on how you can participate, email info@torrancesistercity.org.
Stakes were high at the 4th Annual Torrance Regional Middle School Math Competition. Held at Hull Middle School, students from 19 schools came from all across Southern California, even as far as San Diego, to participate. Students competed as individuals and as teams. 32 teams went head-to-head, while the competition in the individual event was even tougher, as 160 students fought to win the top honor. 7 middle schools here in Torrance participated and even took home wins. In the individual competition, Alvin Kim, a student at Cali Mayor, claimed the top spot. Congratulations. In the group competition, teams Cali Mayor and Burt Lynn took 4th and 5th place. This is an annual competition sponsored by ExxonMobil. The one-day event hopes to push students to engage in challenging problems in various mathematical topics. Congratulations to our local winners. Still ahead, Torrance police bust several massage parlors in Torrance. We'll tell you why.
Plus, seniors get extra special care at a recent health fair. We'll take you there.
Think you found every hazard out here today? think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Isn't that a part-time? Torrance's very own hometown hero is making national headlines again. Louie Zamperini was selected as the Grand Marshal for the 2015 Tournament of Roses Parade. Themed Inspiring Stories, Zamperini will ride in the 126th Rose Parade presented by Honda on the first day of the new year. The tournament president was quoted saying Zamperini's life story illustrates the strength of human spirit in many ways, from becoming a young sports hero to surviving 47 days on an inflatable raft in the Pacific, followed by 2 years in captivity. Zamperini was hailed as a living symbol of perseverance, heroism, and forgiveness. Zamperini wrote his personal history in the book titled Devil at My Heels, and his life story documented in the New York Times bestseller Unbroken, written by Pulitzer Prize-winning author Laura Hillenbrand. Universal plans to release the movie version, directed by Angelina Jolie, on Christmas Day.
The Del Amo Fashion Center offered an afternoon of indulgence for women in honor of Mother's Day. Reporter Rihanna Trutanich was there to tell us more.
Moms didn't have to wait for Mother's Day for a little pampering. The Indulge event treated moms to snacks, style tips, beauty treatments, and an all-around enjoyable evening.
And it's just fun. It makes us feel appreciated because it's for Mother's Day, so it's nice.
Many of the guests brought their daughters, sisters, and mothers to the complimentary event at Del Amo Fashion Center. And many said they look forward to this pre-Mother's Day treat every year.
It's been like the 4th, 5th year that I come. So it's become like a tradition to come with my mom and check out all the samples. And
while others were first-timers like Manita Conity, whose sister invited her.
So far it's good. I'm excited to see what's at every booth and to see what they're promoting and to see what I can get my hands into.
And there was a lot to get into. From lipstick readings to henna tattoos, there was something for everyone. The first 150 guests received a gift bag, but all of the vendors offered complimentary goodies.
My favorite part is all the free stuff.
Not only were there goodie bags and beauty treatments, but attendees also got to snack on everything from popcorn to a candy bar to pita bread and hummus.
Along with handing out samples, some of the vendors were inviting guests back for complimentary in-store beauty treatments.
I signed up for like Origins and some of the other raffles for beauty products that they're having right now.
Moms weren't the only ones excited to be at the event. Vendors were happy to be there to get to know their customers and to meet new ones.
It's really been a terrific experience. You know, we get to meet a lot of new people. We get to welcome people into our store and have them open an account and become part of our family.
And even for those who aren't moms, you can still celebrate Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day for everybody because everybody has a mom.
And that is a reason to celebrate. For CitiCABLE, I'm Rhiannon Trutanich.
Thanks, Rhiannon. This is an annual event hosted by the mall. Now, they have a number of events throughout the year, not only for moms, but for kids and for dads as well. You can check out their calendar of events at simon.com.
The city of Torrance took extra care of its senior community this weekend with a special health fair. Reporter Crystal Garcia tells us all about it.
The cool breeze on a beautiful sunny day sure was the cherry on top of the 15th annual senior fair. Residents got the chance to shop for clothes, jewelry, hats, and bags. CERT volunteers participated in the senior fair to teach residents how to effectively respond to disasters and hazards and even recruit new volunteers. Representatives from the city's libraries were also at the fair to share information with attendees. From live entertainment to helpful information and resources, this year's fair had it all.
As a senior citizen here, this is a wonderful service that is provided for us older people. I'm 72 and retired.
Seniors were also treated with access to a mobile testing unit right outside the recreation center, offering free hearing, vision, and blood pressure testing. Sponsored by the West Torrance Lions Club, residents were able to take advantage of the screenings to help stay on top of their health.
And don't usually get an opportunity to get this kind of free service. So I just wanted to thank these people, the Lions. It's a wonderful organization. And the people that are working this booth, they're all volunteers. None of them are getting paid. And my heart goes out to them. It's an incredibly good thing that they're doing for the elderly people here in Torrance.
This year, the event brought laughs and knowledge to everyone in attendance, adding another successful senior fair for the city. I'm Crystal Garcia for Torrance City Cable.
Thanks, Crystal. The senior fair took place in conjunction with celebrating Older Americans Month.
Speaking of Older Americans Month, 3 special seniors from Torrance were honored at the most recent City Council meeting. This year, the Community Services Department, the Commission on Aging, and the City Council recognized Harriet Apsel, Robert Kyoto, and Francis Glauber as recipients of the 2014 Older Americans Award. For more than 35 years now, the city's Commission on Aging recommends up to 6 senior citizens for their outstanding service to the Torrance community. Harriet Apsel, a lifelong volunteer, has been involved with the Torrance Symphony League, Trinity Hospice, the Arts Council in Torrance, just to name a few. Robert Kyoto is actively involved with the USO at LAX, is a longtime member of the Sons of Italy. He volunteers at a local elementary school and is passionate about bocce ball. And lastly, Frances Glauber has been a member of the Torrance Women's Club since 2005. She is a great asset to the nonprofit philanthropic organization. The mayor thanked each of the recipients for their volunteerism and service to the Torrance community.
A local scholarship fund is not only helping young girls pursue their dreams of going to college, but it's helping to keep one Torrance teen's legacy alive. Reporter Julie Chan tells us more.
I will never leave her behind, but I do try to move forward.
I miss her saying daddy.
Memories are what's left for Z and Michael Dewart, who lost their daughter to a car crash in 2006. Though Allison's life was cut short, she continues to make an impact.
Angel seems to be the motif that best describes her.
Allison was captain of the varsity soccer team at West High, an active member at her church and good friend to many.
We had this young girl come to the door and she wouldn't come in, so I went to the door to talk to her and she said, I just wanted to tell you that not many people were nice to me at school. And when I first came to school, I didn't have any friends. But Allison would always turn to me and say, hi, how are you today? What's going on? And when I'd see her in the hall, she'd wave and say hi and use my name.
Z and Michael started the Allison Dewart Memorial Scholarship Foundation. They award scholarships to young women from West High every year.
This is our way of extending that same sort of feeling to, girls who we like to think were like her.
She planned to go to college, all from the time she was in grade school, through middle school, through high school, doing community service, being in clubs, participating in athletics, being a part of her church, really trying to make a broad picture.
It's been 8 years since that tragic accident. Memories of Allison live on through the 5th annual fundraiser at El Paso Cantina.
I kind of do it for them. I get to see them, hang out with them for a little bit, and absolutely anything I can do to help keep her memory alive is really important for me.
With over 200 people at the fundraiser, Dewart is remembered for her kind heart and love for everyone. And thanks to the scholarship, her legacy will continue on.
And I just can see her up in heaven looking down and saying, oh, I feel so loved.
Reporting for Torrance City Cable, I'm Julie Chan.
Thanks, Julie. More than $30,000 has been raised in Allison's memory. This year, 2 young women will receive a scholarship to go towards their college tuition, one in the amount of $8,000 and a second scholarship in the amount of $2,000. To learn more, go to the Facebook page. You can find it under Allison Dewart Memorial Scholarship Foundation.
Members of the Los Angeles Police Department bid a final farewell to Roberto Sanchez, a 32-year-old LAPD officer who was killed in a hit-and-run crash earlier this month. Now, that's the department's fourth death in just a matter of months. This week, Torrance Police remembers the fallen officers of their department at the annual memorial ceremony. The most recent officer to die in the line of duty was Officer Tom Keller, who was shot on April 17, 1986, after responding to an armed robbery call in downtown Torrance. We'll have the full coverage of this event on Tuesday night's Newsbreak Live.
An undercover operation of massage parlors in Torrance brought several suspects into custody recently.
It was a joint effort on this investigation with our detectives. Employment Development Group came out to check on working conditions. LA County criminalists came out to check for evidence. So it was a total team effort. And the goal is to close these unlawful and illegal establishments down as soon as possible.
A 2-month-long investigation ended with the arrest of 5 women involved in solicitation of sex at several spa and massage parlors in Torrance. The 3 businesses where the bust happened were at the IYU Healing Center at 24211 Hawthorne Boulevard near 242nd Street, also the Chanier Massage at 1730 Sepulveda Boulevard near Western Avenue, and the Foot Experts located at 2150 Redondo Beach Boulevard near Van Ness. The women arrested were charged for prostitution and felony pimping. Police began looking into several of the 60 massage parlors in Torrance after residents and neighboring businesses complained about illegal activity happening inside.
We are fortunate to live in a city with an engaged community. That means they care about their city and they contact us, they contact the police department and call us when there's suspicious activity, whether it's a suspicious person in a residence or it's something that looks like this. And that's what we want. That's what we want to happen. This is definitely a quality of life issue. And Torrance citizens demand a safe environment where they feel safe, and that's what they're going to get.
Torrance police officials recently visited Sacramento to seek support for legislation that would give municipalities more control over massage parlor licensing and increase penalties against those who commit prostitution. Torrance police are asking anyone with additional information to call 310-328-3456. Still ahead, we've got events coming up you won't want to miss.
This is Michael Russo with this Voter Minute. Local elections are coming up on June 3rd. Have you thought about who you want to vote for? Well, the city of Torrance has come up with something called Torrance Votes to help people get all the information they need so they can make an informed decision on Election Day. As a registered voter, you're entitled to information that may help you better understand your candidate's goals, beliefs, and ideologies. The city's Blue Ribbon Committee of Community Leaders created an ethics policy to give candidates vying for your vote some guidelines, also encouraging candidates to be responsible, honest, and trustworthy, respectful, and transparent during the campaign period. Torrance Votes is also geared toward engaging potential voters by reminding them how and when they'll need to register to vote. You can get all the information you need about Torrance Votes by going online to torrancevotes.org. Make your voice count on Election Day.
Welcome back, everybody. Be sure to mark your calendar for Sunday, May 25th, that the Torrance Historical Society kicks off their annual walking tours of Old Torrance. These free docent-led tours begins at the Torrance Historical Museum at 1:30 p.m. and includes a walking tour of Old Torrance's landmarks. The tour covers about 8 blocks and takes about 90 minutes. The Torrance Historical Museum is located at 1345 Post Avenue. For more information, call 310-328-5392. Now let's go out to the sports desk with Juan Hernandez for a sneak preview of what's to come.
Juan, what do you have for us?
Hi, welcome to the Sports Desk studio. This week, we're winding down spring sports. The boys on the volleyball court are already underway in CIF playoffs, while the baseball and softball scene is hitting a fever pitch right here in Torrance. You can catch those stories and more on the Sports Desk at 4, 6:30, and 9:30 every evening right here on CitiCABLE 3.
Thanks, Juan. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. Be sure to like our page to get the latest updates in Torrance.
Well, that's it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.